Today I will have a look at some more flat earth nonsense from TikTok. Once again I have used a video on flatearthbanjo's channel where he collects the best evidence of flat earth from TikTok, according to him. So let's start the video. It will be really stupid.
Hey everyone, so I saw this post circulating and it piqued my interest. If you've been following for a while, you know that I have a highlight dedicated to all things not a space agency. NASA apparently signs this space agreement with Nikon, you know, the people that manufacture cameras and lenses. They've been around for a really long time. This agreement was signed February 29th of this year. And what's really interesting is that the very next day, Nikon discontinues their P1000 Coolpix model, which was the only mega zoom camera in the market. Their reasoning for the agreement that they signed is that they're going to outline how they will work together to develop a handheld camera that can operate in harsh lunar environments with this Artemis 3 thing that they're working on. So that's their excuse. So naturally, I and probably many of you want to look into this a little bit more, because one day later, this was taken off after an agreement was signed with NASA.
The rumors that Nikon discontinued the P1000 was out before the contract was signed. The rumors started on online stores in Japan because they couldn't get new P1000 delivered. And still in the end of May, Nikon haven't announced that they will discontinue this camera. If you look at the website, this is the official website, the camera is still on there. P900 was released 2015 and P1000 2018. So it's a quite old camera today. So there can be two reasons for why they can't deliver. One, that they are working on a replacement. Number two, they are planning to do something completely else. Or three, they have problem with parts. This camera is a decent consumer camera. It's in no way, shape or form a professional tool. And what NASA needs on the moon is professional cameras, not consumer cameras. So I'm quite sure that it will not be the same team working on those cameras that worked on developing P1000.
So what was this camera capable of seeing? There's tons of videos on YouTube and the creators aren't actually saying what you know they're thinking, but many of them were able to get pretty decent quality images and video of the moon. People were able to now notice many discrepancies in the distances that we've been told, because you can see past the human eye's vanishing point. It suddenly became about perspective, distance, and just vanishing points at work. So oftentimes there was no curve to even go over in many of these videos captured. I mean, of course, you get to make your own informed decision on stuff like this.
Ordinary people have used telescopes for a very long time. That shows the moon in bigger details than what the Nikon P1000 is capable of. And on a modern telescope you can mount a camera and can get much better images than with the P1000.
The P1000 was also able to zoom into celestial objects, stars, and reveal the true nature of them.
Oh dear, that old rubbish. The P1000 is not in any way a telescope. Look at images taken with a real telescope and then you see how the planets and the stars look in reality.
Sony makes a cyber shot. Panasonic has a camera with a crazy zoom as well, but the most that those cameras can get to is 70 times. And what was significant about the Nikon P1000 is it got to 125 times. And, novices could use this and take video and keep the video going and just stream it and let people just use their eyes and come up with their own conclusions. I mean, there are videos where people couldn't find something that they should have been able to see up there, like flags and stuff.
She clearly suffers from the flat earth scale syndrome. She don't understand how big the moon is and how small a flag is on the surface of the moon. Yes, the moon is smaller than the earth, but it's still a very, very big object.
Maybe people would be more inclined to believe what this space agency put out there if they didn't openly admit that they use Photoshop. That Robert Simon guy, this is what his role is, to make imagery from Earth science's data. I turn data into pictures. That is what you are seeing whenever they post images of space. Photoshopped pictures.
That nonsense have been debunked so many times. Here you have the original blue marble from 1972. This is an uncropped copy of it. It's not CGI in any shape or form.
Even their P900 was able to get this image of the sun versus the image that we were told the sun looks like, but it's CGI provided by the space agency that we give billions of dollars to every year.
I will repeat myself. Nikon P1000 and Nikon P900 isn't a professional cameras and it's not scientific equipment. Try to use a telescope instead and you will see how the sun looks.
My whole thing is, why alter the image to begin with? Don't you have the most insane technology and high-tech telescope zoom cameras? Why can't you just snap it and then show people what you captured?
And we have telescopes on Earth and it's have been taken so many images of the moon, of stars, of the sun, but flat earthers like this one refuse to acknowledge that this is real images. They always scream CGI.
Why all the CGI? Okay, I take that back. Even their technology has always been just a little bit questionable to me. So what are your thoughts on this? Coincidence?
What I think you are a reality and science denier.
Anyway, I've got a camera to purchase. You guys believe what you want.
Anybody surprised? She have the Bible as her science book.
Bye.
I just got thinking. So we think it's round, but you know what? No, it's flat. You're right, it is flat.
Not a dumpster fire, but quite close.
Watch this. Every time you see this, God says to simply cast down imaginations and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ. God says the earth takes shape like clay under a seal. Its features stand out like those of a garment. Please watch this. This is like a king's seal. The God of the universe pressing his signet ring into the earth. And that.
Okay, so we live on God's wax seal. Oh dear, there are so much stupidity and nonsense on TikTok, and fools like flatearthbanjo is publishing it on YouTube. I haven't talked about Ukraine for a long time, and the reason to that is that I have gained problems because of my involvement with this. I have received threats and so on. So I have changed my tactics a bit, and I will no longer go to Ukraine, but now I'm starting it up again to collecting money to be able to send drones to Ukraine. So I will both send surveillance drones and money to Ukraine so they can build kamikaze drones. If you want to help, I would be very happy. Please use PayPal, and note I have a new PayPal address. It is in the description of the video. Thank you in advance. That was all I had for you for this time. I will be back very soon. If you like the video, you know what to do. We'll see you soon. Have a nice day. Bye.